Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you this. This is my Sylvania B2224 street light. It was made on the 18th of December 1992 and it has been sitting in the box for all of these years. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace from some dude in Perth for $30. Apparently he had a bunch of them and he installed them all around his sheds, and this one was left over. So yeah, it's a brand new in box B2224 from 1992. I did actually have it installed on my pole for about 4 weeks at one stage before the weather started getting stormy, and then I took it down and put up my urban for the winter, and I'm probably not going to put this up for a while yet. It's an 80 watt mercury vapor fixture. Here's the best or better side of the box. You can see Sylvania B2224 or B2224 series. GTE, because I don't fully know the history of Sylvania off the top of my head, but this is from the GTE era of Sylvania. What's this? Luminaire Design Award. I'm sure that's meaningful, and it was made in Australia, which Sylvania actually still makes streetlights in Australia. All of the LED ones that they're installing now that aren't Sylvania, and the Sylvania LED junky looking streetlights, I don't think they're made in Australia, but like all of the old HID and fluorescent, you know, like the Suburbans and the Suburban Ecos and the Urbans and the Roadsters and everything, they're all made in Australia, and I believe they're not being discontinued yet. I know that they did an LED version of the Urban, but anyway, that's irrelevant. On the top of the box it says handle with care, and there's a bit of gyp rock dust and stuff just from nearly 30 years of existence. That is Sylvania's address. I don't know if that is still their address. It might not be, but don't quote me on that. Here's the side where you can see this would have been the original shipment sticker, but unfortunately that's completely gone. I can't read anything on it now, and I don't really want to peel it off to see what it says on the other side. This is the other side of the box. It's exactly the same as the other side, it's just a bit squashed. Here's this end. It looks like there used to be a shipment sticker on here. I'm not sure what this would have said, but it looks like one only B2224 minor. Yeah, that would be minor road luminaire or light, 80 MV, and then some random numbers and letters that would have some kind of electrical meaning. So we'll go ahead and open the box. It's not wrapped in plastic or anything. I don't know if it would be, because the box was like unsealed when I got it. Take the light out of the box. These B2224s are quite a lot smaller in person than they look up on the poles. Everyone always says, you know, streetlights look bigger, well, look smaller when they're up on the poles, and I mean they do. But if you have ever held like a B3000 or a Roadster, this thing is tiny in comparison. I actually have my B3000 right behind me, so I could go get that and put it next to it a bit later on. But anyways, as you can see right here, we have the lettering that was printed on it by Sylvania, M80 diffused. So mercury vapor 80 watts diffused bulb, 1992. Here we have the photocell socket. It uses a D2 type photocell, and I actually have some. I'll show you in a minute. I've got 2 of them. This thing came with 2 photocells and 3 bulbs, so that's pretty cool. As you can see right here, we have Sylvania GTE imprinted or cast in the aluminium, cat number B2224, part number 2626. So there you go. We have this diffuser, which is made out of acrylic. It's not glass. I'm holding this thing with one hand. These aren't very heavy lights either. Same thing with the Urban. But yeah, here's the diffuser. To remove the diffuser, simply loosen this end knot. This used to be all shiny and new when I got it, but I had it installed outside for a while, so it's faded. And then you loosen that till it's just kind of flopping around in there, and then you just twist this a little bit, and then it comes off. It's attached to the light with this metal cable, which you can unscrew and take completely off. Oftentimes what happens is that they come off like this, or a truck hits them or something, or they hang off like this for ages and then this will rust and snap off. I've seen that happen quite a lot. I don't really understand the point of this fluff in the bottom. I think it's supposed to aid in draining without letting bugs in, if water gets in here. Inside the light we have just a standard E27 light bulb socket like you would find in any household light fixture, except obviously this thing runs 80 watt mercury vapor bulbs, which just use the same base as a standard household light fixture. You can loosen these screws and twist this off, but there's nothing behind there, just the wires that go back into the casting. To remove this back cover, you loosen this thing that I've already loosened. I'm just going to put this on the box like so. You loosen that, and then there's another one here. It's exactly the same. You just loosen that, and then you can take off the cover, usually. There we go. Cover is attached with a cable again, which can be unclipped with these clips. That I'm not going to do right now. Yep, okay, that works. Inside, we will find all of the. I actually just unclip this there. There we go. So this thing just unclips. Let's put this over here. Inside, we find all of the gear. I'm just now noticing that the top part of this is missing. That wasn't before. Might be in the box. That's the top of the D2 Photocell socket. Right here we have this ATCO 1B80 choke. I don't know what O3 means. For 80 watt MV lamp, made in Australia. Right here we have a 6 microfarad capacitor. My Urban doesn't actually have a power factor correction capacitor, so it's interesting that this does. As you can see right here, it's kind of hard to read, but 18th of December 1992, and then it actually, they've stamped that twice. And that looks like it says some sort of number and then tested. We have a cable tie right here. I believe that's because if you're installing this once and then never again, you run the cable through here and then just tighten on the cable tie. This is where you terminate. All Sylvania lights from this era and older do this with, they just Sharpie the polarity on the things. My B3000 has that as well. With my B3000 I thought someone had just done that, but when I took this one out of the box for the first time it had that, so I thought, well, maybe, you know. But that's where the wires go into the socket. The socket's just in here. Yeah, there's not really much else to these. It's just a cast aluminium construction. This is the spigot mount. So you'd have your pole will go in here. I don't know the sizing that you can use. I think it's 38 to 40 mil poles, maybe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, that's where your spigot goes, and you crank down on these bolts. I think there's a specific torque setting, and then you crank down on these lock nuts. I think again there's a specific torque setting. This is covered in I don't know what you'd call that. I think it's I know the name, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. You use it on cars. I'll remember it. It's like some sort of grease. Yeah, I forget what you call it. I know what it's called, I just can't remember right now. There's a bunch of that there. So yeah, what I'm going to do now... Oh, actually, before I do that, let's move this to the side. I'll show you. I got what also came in the box. I've got, that's an empty box. Got this, and there's the other one. What's another one? Oh, it's here. Smith thing. I've got these. These are photocells. All minor streetlights usually use these. The newer ones use the NEMA type photocells. These are D2 type photocells. That other one has never been used before. This one's been used because I used it in the light. Bit of a do without the cover on. Like so. So once you've got the light installed, usually when you power them on, the socket's designed to turn the light on when there's power applied. And so to install the photocell, it looks like a fluorescent starter with an extra pin. That pin's for the neutral. A little plastic notch. And if you look at the socket, you can see where that notch would need to go, because it can't go in the other way. So you put it in like this, and then you twist it. like so, and that's it in. Photocell in, and then obviously you just screw in the bulb, which we won't do right now. This thing came with 3 light bulbs. We've got this one, got another one the same, and then we've got an Osram. I've used the Osram, I haven't used these ones. These ones are wottan, which is the same thing as Osram. Evan, if you're watching, comment about Sylvania's history and these wottan bulbs, and I will pin the comment, because I can't remember it off the top of my head. Here's the etch for the wottan bulb, 80 watt mercury vapor, and I'll just show you the other one's exactly the same. I'll show you the Osram one. This is a HQL Osram from Germany, made in Germany. It looks very similar. It says, yes, they even both say HQL. And they have different date codes, so actually the date code on that one's rubbed off. Yeah, I can't tell. But there you go. Very similar bulbs. I'm going to go ahead and install the Osram into the B2224. And look what decided to turn up. That's the back piece of the photocell socket. So once that's tight, just take this, and it's actually got, it specifically goes on, first of all that cable won't let it go on any other way, but also these things aren't in a perfect, like it can't go on any other way. It says street side here because the way this refractor is, there's actually like fins that direct the light. I'll show you in more detail a bit later on, but this refractor is actually designed to focus the light along the street as if it was mounted on a street, and less out this way and more out this way, if that makes sense. If you look at the fins when I turn it on, you'll see. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is fit a plug to this light, and we will turn it on. I've got a plug fitted off and it's plugged in, ready to go. I've got the cover off for now so you can see the bulb. So go ahead and turn off the main lights. Don't know what's better, is having the main lights on or off, but I want to turn them off, and we will turn on the B2224 in 3, 2, 1. It's making a very deep pink, and it's quickly getting brighter progressively. You can actually see the arc tube in the bulb in person. I think it just looks white, which kind of sucks. There, now you can kind of see it. Very cool. I always loved low wattage, high intensity discharge lighting. Focus, camera. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on. It's just turned white, so oh, where is it? Go ahead and put the cover on. Tighten up this nut. I don't really need to, but I'm going to. And I'm going to take out the photocell. Doesn't really matter because it's dark in here, but I'm just going to take it out anyway. starting to get pretty bright. So we're pretty much at full brightness. And despite being only 80 watts, this thing is very bright. The thing with mercury vapor bulbs is they get dimmer as they get older. But yeah, you can see how well it's lighting up. The garage, you can also see what I'm talking about. It focuses a lot of light along this way in a strip and less out the front and back. And you can really see that if I show you the refractor standing from where it would be mounted on the pole. This is what it looks like. And then if you come over here, it gets a lot brighter. I don't know how well that's going to come up in camera, but yeah, there you go. And this is what it looks like from the bottom. So yeah, that's my Sylvania B2224. It's right here. Turn it off, and then you watch the glow down. That cracking is my knees, by the way. My knees aren't great. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Not really glow down because it's a low wattage mercury vapor light. There would be more if it was a sodium. But yeah, that pretty much concludes this video of my Sylvania B2224 from 1992. It's brand new in the box.